Bathtub. Yeah, I know, right? Where have I been? I drown in the tub. That's the secret. I drown in the hot tub. Alright, so I'm working on commissions still, of course. I have to change the color of the upholstery. I have to make it darker. But it's all on one layer, so now I have to do it, like, carefully. Not all of it, but all the chair colors are on one layer. That's what I mean. I do need a lifeguard. But I can't afford it. Because I just bought a new computer. I don't know what I was streaming at before. Probably not. I don't know what I'm streaming at right now. It does look smoother. Also, face rig is running smoother. Obviously, because, you know. I think I set it to 720 by default, just because of bandwidth and also because of my computer before. Actually, no. I'm not a partner. I can't do 1080. The max is 720. You have to be a partner in order to do 1080p. Not that I entirely care about that, because, like, whatever. Yeah, Mario Paint music. I'm gonna change it over once I get tired of it, but for now it's Mario Paint. That's kind of, like, the mood that I'm in right now, is I feel like it's my theme song today. Because I'm just kind of, you know, shuffling along, trying to get shit done. I watched the new Mortal Kombat movie today. Lonan was showing it in his Discord. It's pretty good. It's a solid movie. It's entertaining. They did a really good job with casting and choreography and stuff. I still think I might like the 1995 movie more. Not because it's better quality, but because I like how just outrageously cheesy it is. And, like, you know, anybody that's been around me for more than, like, half an hour probably has a pretty good idea of the kind of movies that I like. And it's usually not the ones with the super high production value and really competent, like, directors and stuff. It's like the weird shit and like the cheesy shit. And I really like the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie a lot. Even for all the jankiness. But yeah, it was decent. Like, I don't really have any complaints about it. I guess I would have preferred if they brought, I forgot his last name, but the guy that played Shang Tsung in the 1995 one, I wish they kind of brought him back for this one to play the same character. That would have been cool. Because I like his voice. I like the way he says, you know, the Mortal Kombat things. No, The Amazing Bulk is an amazing movie. It says it on the title. Like, obviously, they can't say that about the movie if it's not true, you know? That would be false advertising. That's illegal. Oh, what am I doing? Why is it... What? Why did it sample that color? I did not sample that color. I sampled this color. Clip Studio, what is your deal? Okay, so if Stephen Chow did Mortal Kombat, that would be good too. Although that still might be a little too competent and not quite bonkers enough. See, my thing is like, so I really like the 1995 Mortal Kombat. I don't like Annihilation though. That shit just plain sucked. And then after that, I would say my favorite Mortal Kombat movie is all of the cutscenes in Mortal Kombat 11. Like, if you just cut out all of the actual fights and just spliced all the cutscenes together into a movie, that would probably be my second favorite Mortal Kombat movie. And then this new one would be third. Hello, Buster Drag. Welcome. No, I mean, Mortal Kombat is more bonkers than Stephen Chow movies. Because you get, like, the weird cosmology and, like, the Outworld stuff, and then there's, like, weird time travel shit in Mortal Kombat 11, and it's so outrageous. Like, I'm not gonna do any spoilers, because some people might still want to play Mortal Kombat 11 for the story. But yeah, it gets outrageous and weird. Takashi Miike could probably do it, yeah. Then again, he might make it too weird. He might end up with like a Gozu-esque situation. Where in that movie, I'm still not sure what was happening. It was interesting to watch, but if you tried to ask me to explain what the hell happened, I would not be able to. Okay, Ichi the Killer isn't so much weird as it's just gross. Especially the manga. The manga is way worse than the movie was. Like, the movie is, you know, it's like mainstream level, like, weird and gross compared to the manga. Ugh. I couldn't get that far in the manga either. I was like, this is just nasty. I'm not reading this. Okay, so all Takashi Miike films are confusing. It's just, like, how confusing? Well, okay, that's not true, because back early on in his career, he did some pretty, like, bog standard, like, Yakuza films. That didn't have a whole lot of, like, weird shit, but then later on, after he had kind of established himself, he started making some pretty weird stuff. Okay, Sukiyaki Western Django wasn't just Miike. That was a collaboration film, and honestly, I didn't like that one. I didn't even finish it, because I was not really into it. Ichi the Killer is a manga that got turned into both a live-action film directed by Takashi Miike and starring Tadanobu Asano, and also an anime, I believe. And it's a really just violent and bloody and twisted story about a man being manipulated into becoming essentially a hired killer. It's, yeah, like, it's definitely like a not work safe, very explicit kind of thing, if you want to go looking it up. Yeah, kind of like Violence Jack. Yeah, it's in that same realm, I would say, for sure. But it's also got some, like, weird, fucked up sexual themes to it, and that's where I tapped out, because I was just not into that. Like, you know, I'm not gonna go into it on stream, because it's Twitch, but, like, non-consensual stuff and stuff is not my thing. No. I'm good. I don't need to see that. That's one of the things I was thankful for. So, I saw the movie first. And then I tried reading the manga just because I like to see what the source material is for media. Like, if a story is good in a movie or whatever, and it's based on a book or something, I want to read the book and see how it compares. So after I saw the movie, I read the manga, and then I realized, oh, okay, Miike did a big favor to a lot of people by not including some of the stuff that's in this manga, because, oh boy. Yeah, Ichi gets off on violence. Not just violence that he does, but violence that he sees done to other people. To a big extent. Very prominently, not subtle at all, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Hello, Lonan! I'm talking about Ichi the Killer. But yeah, like Takashi Miike is a really good director. I like the level of like weirdness that he puts into his stuff, even if I don't understand what's going on. I appreciate it. So early on, he did fairly standard crime films with Yakuza and stuff. And then later he started doing weird stuff like Dead or Alive. For most of that movie, it's pretty standard Yakuza kind of like rival revenge kind of stuff. And then the very end of that movie, everything just gets swept off the table, and it's one of the most outrageous endings I've ever seen in a movie ever, to this day. And then after that, he did stuff like Gozu and Happiness of the Katakuris, which is a musical that has zombies in it and a whole bunch of other weirdness. And then he did stuff like, more recently he did Blade of the Immortal, which is a really good adaptation. Like, that's a really good manga that I like a lot. Very gory, very violent, but very good. And Miike did a really good adaptation of it. Like, that was excellent. I loved it. What else did he do? He did Great Yokai War, which was a kid's film. But it's weird, and it's yokai, and it's really good, and I have it on DVD. I'm probably going to do a showing of that at some point, but I'm going to have to get like a rip of it because I don't have an optical drive in my new computer. 13 Assassins, yeah, he did that one too. That one's good. That one's that's what I would call a little more of a normal film for him compared to some of his other stuff. Oh, he did Audition, which we're not going to get into in depth on the stream because, again, there's a lot of very explicit content in that movie, but it is an extremely good film. Audition is it's an experience, and that is another one that's definitely not safe for work. And if you are sensitive to any kind of violence or psychological manipulation or weird kind of nightmarish relationship stuff, maybe don't watch it. But if you're okay with that, it's worth seeing because it's something. But yeah, I like his movies a lot. He also did the Ace Attorney live action movie, which is supposed to be excellent, but I haven't seen it yet. I really want to see it, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. So anyway, the biggest news is the reason why I was gone for a week is because I got a new computer finally. I don't believe he was involved in Oldboy. So Oldboy was originally a manga, a Japanese manga, and it was adapted by a Korean director into a live-action film. And then it was also remade as an American film, but I haven't watched that one and I refuse to. But yeah, I have a new computer now. And then today, I put in a second solid-state drive because I bought a pre-built just because of the price of components is ridiculous, and I would have ended up paying twice as much to build a computer myself than I would have to buy a pre-built from Newegg. But anyhow, I have a new computer with a new Core i7 and RTX 3060 video card, and it came with a 500 gigabyte solid state drive, and that's not enough for me. I'll blow through that very quickly. So I ordered a 1 terabyte solid state drive to throw in there for more space, and we got around to putting that in there today. So I could finally install Steam and all this other garbage, because FaceRig alone takes up like almost 4 gigs, which is ridiculous, but everything works. I wanted to get one of the M2s, but the thing is, so this is a mid-tower, and the motherboard is a micro ATX, so it's a smaller ATX. And because the 3060 is quite large, even though it's only a 2-fan, there's no room to fit in an M2 on there. Like, I know where the slot is, but the video card's in the way. I wouldn't be able to get it in there. So I had to get one of the little squarish ones. McCoy OP, thank you for following. Yeah, the graphics are embiggened. The FaceRig is much smoother. I don't even have it on the highest setting, and I don't think I'm going to put it on the highest setting because I don't think I need to. But it's a lot smoother. Let's see. Okay, we're in the tub now. But yeah, see, it's moving better, smoother, crisper. I'm getting tired of the Mario Paint music now, so we're gonna switch over. Also, we're almost done with the half-hour extended mix, so... I talked a little bit about Mortal Kombat. I was saying that, my favorite is still, the 1995 film, because it's just the right amount of cheesiness for me. And Mortal Kombat has always been very cheesy in my mind. Growing up with it, it was just outrageous and cheesy and over the top. And then I think secondarily, I would probably pick all of the cutscenes in Mortal Kombat 11 if you took them and removed all the fighting part, like the actual fighting matches, and then just spliced it together as, like, you know, a film. That would be my second. And then this new one would be my third pick. And then anything else, like the TV series and Annihilation, which we don't talk about. We just don't talk about Annihilation. Those are all, like, in the garbage can. I did watch, like, the first TV series that they made, like, in the late 90s. I did watch a little bit of that, but I had no idea what was going on, so I was like, this doesn't feel like Mortal Kombat. Where's the fatalities? This sucks. And then I didn't watch any more of it. No, it was good. So I kind of bounced off of Mortal Kombat for a long time after. I think the last one I really played was 3. And then I just kind of stopped caring, because I've never really been a big fighting games person in the first place. And then I heard about some of the directions they took the plot and stuff, and I was like, ugh, I don't care about that. And then I saw some people streaming 11, and, you know, I was watching, and I was like, holy shit, they actually made Mortal Kombat good again. What do you know? Oh, I don't think I have the Metroid thing on there. I don't think I put it on that overlay. How do I refund the thing? I don't know how to do that. How do I refund the points? Okay, you get your points back now. Yeah, I gotta add that that to the overlay for that. The talk screen thing that I have, it's like 3 things. I don't think I've really set it up. Because I wasn't planning on using it a whole lot. I'm not like a just chatting kind of person. Alright, so before I go any further with this... Hobbs! Thank you! 9 months, oh my god. It's a Twitch baby, what do you know? Thank you so much. Alright, 1 second. I have to send this to the client to see if that's the right kind of green for the chair. Hell yeah, bat mug. Alright, so while I'm doing that, we're switching over, because we're also working on a ref sheet for Chris. And we're working on tattoos. I've missed you in the chat too, Hobbs. I haven't seen you for a while either. I have been streaming a little bit earlier on some days. But it really just kind of depends. Like, tonight I was originally planning on going on between 7 and 8, but then I was watching Mortal Kombat with Lonan, and then we did the SSD thing, which took a little while. And then I had to eat dinner. Because I've too many times made the mistake of streaming without eating and just dying of hunger, and it's not great. So I try to avoid that if I can. So that's a new little thing. It's actually a game you buy on Steam. It's $15, but it's called Streaming Avatars, and you can pick game sprites. There's a whole bunch of different packs you can download off the workshop, and you can have people in the chat show up as little sprites on the thing. And then if you look down in my info tabs, there should be a widget that allows you to pick your sprite if you want to change. There's a whole lot more sprites than I have on here. I just picked ones from games that I like. So we have Metroid, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Castlevania. And then there's also Monster Hunter sprites, but they're super huge, so unfortunately I put them behind a paywall because otherwise they're just going to dominate the screen. Because they're very large. They're multiple times larger than any of the sprites that are on there right now. You can fart? Really? I didn't know that. I'm gonna blow everybody up. Or maybe just Nightbot. Oh shit, you can fart. Wow. Imagine that. Well, I guess I could put the sprites in front of the rig, but then you won't see my amazing hot tub and I won't be a tub streamer anymore. And then what's the point, right? Alright, so Chris said more spine plate thingies, so I'm gonna sketch those out. Yeah, you gotta see the hot tub, that's the whole point. Hang on, I'm kinda low in the hot tub. That's good enough, whatever. It looks like the images are layered weirdly since I imported all the stuff over anyway. I'm gonna have to fix it. Yeah, Chris, I imagine this is gonna be a few sessions and a few bouts of healing and itching. Oh, there's Mortal Kombat ones? Well, I'm not gonna download those in the middle of the stream. After this one, I'll do it. I wish there was more Castlevania ones, like Castlevania Monsters and stuff. There's not. It's basically just a la carte and then, like, really low poly, or low pixel... Oh, there we go, Magnamalo. That's not fair. So you're taking all the stars because you're so enormous. Which is appropriate for Magnamalo, though, because it's huge, but, you know. I can still blow you up, though. Oh, I guess not. Oops. There. There we go. That's how I fight Magnamalo in the game, too. Not really, though. I don't have any good blast weapons yet. I'll make sure everything's aligned properly, otherwise it's gonna look weird. So Chris, I know you wanted more of these spine plates, but do you want more of like these seams coming off of like up here, or do you just want this seam and then just these going up? I don't think I explained that very well, but hopefully you know what I mean. So more seams coming off like this? Those like just full-on plates like that? Okay, alright. That makes sense. What about these ones down here? Below this main line? Do you want seams coming off of that one too? I just realized now that A2's butt cheek has been just peeking over here the whole time. I was using an action figure for reference. Oh yeah, there's a new emote. There's a new emote. It's not a subscriber emote, it's a bit emote, but it's Kezu. It's Kezu from Monster Hunter. Less horizontal lines? Okay. So Twitch has given me the ability to upload emotes without approval. That was the next tier, Skelly. It goes 1K, 5K, 10K, and then you can unlock 25K, I think. So I can't set the prices, it's just the slots that are available. So probably nobody's gonna be able to use that one but me. Which is fine, probably. I mean, it's not breaking any rules. I checked, and there's a whole bunch of channels that have eggplant emotes, and some of them are like veiny and stuff. So it's like, this one's just Kezu. This is a monster from a game. Richie, hello. Why can't I erase that? Not erasing. What layer is that on? Why can't I? Oh, I see. There. Uh-oh. What? What's uh-oh? What happened? What did I do? Honestly, I'm just like big glad that apparently Streamlabs OBS like saves your scenes and your sources and stuff. Because I was dreading having to reconfigure everything on the new computer. Oh yeah, I don't have that many layers though, so it's not really a big deal. I don't tend to be someone that has like 87 layers in a drawing. I'll like condense them down and stuff. I used to be that way. I used to have a ridiculous amount of layers, which is funny because back then I had, you know, less powerful computers, so I was probably really stressing them out with all those layers. But over time, as I got more confident with things, I was like, I don't need this many layers. Like when I do color, we'll use this as an example. So pretty much all of the main colors are on one layer. And that's how I did them. Like I didn't separate them and condense them. I just did most of the colors on one layer. The chair colors are pretty much all on one layer. So for this piece, not counting like sketch layers and stuff, there's less than 20 layers. I don't bother separating everything anymore. Because then I spend way too much time just clicking through different layers trying to figure out which one has what on it, and it's just time consuming and tedious, so I don't do it. There's nothing wrong with using a lot of layers. If it helps you, that's fine. It's just, for me, it's more of a pain to use more layers. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You have spilled some bits in a specific amount to attain the pedo.
Oh my god, cow. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, well, thank you, Gal. Thank you for the bits. Enjoy the kazoo. Oh, Lord. Oh my god. Alright, and then there's... Oh, I need to do that too. I should probably do more of an actual, like, tattoo color. Like that bluish gray-black. Than whatever it is I'm using on here that's kind of blending into everything else.
Before you get up for that final snack, I want you to know I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Okay, it's weird that it's like telling how much the total bits are. It never used to do that. I don't know what I did. Where's the sound alert? Where is it? Where's the sound alert? Did it not import? It's there. The source is there. Why isn't it working? Oh, I might need to reconnect it. Hang on. I think I know what's going on. Y'all are lucky that I use push to talk, because otherwise you would be subjected to the mechanical keyboard sounds. Okay, let's try it now, and if it doesn't work, I'll refund your channel points. Good God, that sprite is huge. Alright, so I'm gonna refund the points because it's not working right now. Sound Alerts is having a normal one again. How do I do it? How do I do it? I'm gonna have to reconfigure sound alerts. We're being raided. Oh my goodness. Hello, raiders. Puffy, thank you for following. Thank you, Scaly. Welcome, Okar. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you. How was your stream? How was Dead Space 2? That's a good one. That's a good game. Okar raid. Oh my goodness. Dad Space, indeed. I like the first two Dead Space games. I have not played the third one. Oh yeah, I figured I would get in on the hot tub streamer trend, but all I could afford was one of those inflatable ones from Walmart. See, that's why I put those Monster Hunter sprites behind a paywall, because they're so big. They're so big. I love them. They look really good, but they're huge. Huge like an original Xbox. Bring back laggy, exactly. But Okar, how was your stream? Did it go well? Did you have fun? Thank you for bringing your crew over. I appreciate it. Uh-oh, important message. Thank you for the Kezus. Yeah, Dead Space is in this weird realm of horror games where it's like, it's not the same as like, you know, jump scare, zombie castle kind of stuff. It's like an interesting, like, kind of occult sci-fi thing going on too. Yes, Kezu. So, Richie, remind me, I owe you channel points for that sound alert that didn't work, because I don't know why sound alerts aren't working, but they're not. And I apparently can't refund them for some reason. I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess with some stuff. Yeah, there's a really, like, in-depth item management and kind of, like, crafting kind of thing going on in Dead Space. Caffeinate? You don't have to tell me twice. Yes, I apologize for any jankiness and messed up functionality on this stream. I am still getting everything reset up since moving computers, so some things might not work as intended. And unfortunately, some things you can't test unless you're actually live. So you don't find out until you're actually streaming, which is always fun. I wish you could dismember Kezu. I wish you could cut its tail off so it can't go on the ceiling. Because, wow, it is annoying when it does that. You gotta go down to the little extension thingy in the info boxes below the stream, and then there should be a little menu with the different sprites. I don't want to delete Kezu. Kezu's funny. Kezu's funny with its stretchy neck. I enjoy bullying it a lot. I like to bully Kezu. One of my favorite things about Kezu also is showing people Kezu that haven't seen it before and getting their reactions. Did it really, like, automod GTFO? Really? Twitch, please. We're adults here. Automod is a trip sometimes, I swear. Alright, long nails. I want Giganox to be added so we can have the freaky duo. And also Giganox likes to vor things, so. Automod wouldn't let you say a shark was turning into a crab. Does Automod have like an issue with carcinization or carcinarization or whatever it's called, where everything turns into a crab eventually? Or was it upset about sharks? Because either way, that's messed up. Okay, we need more folds on the hoodie to make it look like actual cloth. I love Giganox. Also, the Giganox armor sets are really nice looking. Cool, like, fetish goth stuff, which I'm all about. Yeah, maybe it is a TF kink. Twitch is worried about it. Oh no, people are fetishizing turning into crab. Or something, I don't know. But anyway, welcome Raiders. Little delayed intro for anybody that's new to my stream. And I haven't streamed all week because I was setting up a new computer. I am Extinct. I'm a full-time freelance illustrator, and right now I'm working on a commission. A couple of commissions, actually. This one, which is a ref sheet. And also this one, which is just a full-body illustration. I do all kinds of stuff. Right now I'm doing mostly human stuff. I also do furry stuff. I also do monsters and creatures. I do tattoo flash designs. I do mascots. I do emotes. I do all sorts of stuff. I also dabble in live 2D. My face rig that you're seeing right now, I made myself. Sometimes I play games. Currently, my game night is Monday nights, and I play Monster Hunter. I either play Monster Hunter World, or I play Monster Hunter Rise. I also have Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, but I don't play that on stream, and when Monster Hunter Stories 2 comes out, I'll probably play that on stream. Yes, I also do craft streams and traditional art streams. Thank you, Okar. Sometimes I will do streams where I do something called needle felting, which is when you take a piece of wool and you stab it with a needle that has little notches taken out of it until it tangles the wool up into a sculpture that you want in whatever shape you choose. So I do those sometimes, and then also I do art streams where I use traditional media like pencil and paper and ink and stuff like that. And then I also knit and crochet, but I don't do a whole lot of streams of those, although I should, so those might happen in the future. And Rock Candy Wolf, thank you for following. Generally, these streams are pretty chill. I mostly just hang out while I work, talk about a variety of things, as long as it's within Twitch TOS. You know, we just chill, we talk, we make jokes. In my Discord, we do movie nights and stuff. We hang out in the hot tub, you know, we shimmy about a little bit when people subscribe, but you can't see that right now because I'm mostly submerged. We blow up the little sprites on the screen with a bomb. All that kind of stuff. And blowing up Gao caused Gao to win points, so that's always good. This bat doesn't have titties. This bat has no titties. Has no bits whatsoever. It's just smooth. Smooth and featureless in those areas. Bat has no need for those things. Bat is just here to soak in hot tub and eat bug and lie. Zero bits, a sad day on Twitch, exactly. I have other avatars though, and I actually have a channel point redemption if anybody wants me to switch my face rig avatar, because I have made more than one for myself. So if you want to see them, you can redeem that, and I will switch over until the next person redeems one. Well, there you go, Gao did it. Alright. Oh no, Stolas is gonna drown. Look at that. Save the bird. Okay, that's better. So, this is another model that I made for myself. This is Stolas, a goetic demon prince that looks like an owl with very long leggies. But you can't see the leggies. But they're there. Don't worry, they're just folded up like origami. And then I'm also working on 2 other models for myself, but Live 2D is very tedious and time-consuming, so it takes a while. And I'm still kind of teaching myself. I don't know how to do everything yet. So we'll get there eventually. Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is my bat Sona just doesn't have anything. It's just completely flat. Any curves that you see in the chestal region of my bat is just fluff. So it's fluff titties. Kai-sama, thank you for the follow. It is Okar, it really is. I spent a lot of time on these models, and during the process I hated it. I was not having a good time, but I love the end result, and that's why I keep doing it. Someday I might get to a point where I feel confident and competent enough to actually do them as commissions, but I'm not there yet. Someday, maybe. Depends on how frustrated it makes me overall. Also, there's so many limitations to the free version of Live 2D, and the full version is $20 a month. And that's a lot of money to pay for something you're just kind of screwing around with. Okay, where else would folds normally go? We got mostly in the back. I guess we could have another one coming down like over here a little bit. It kind of makes sense. I'm gonna work on those once at least let me finish this. Once I'm finished with this, and this is very close to being done, then I'm gonna start the Stream Buddy talky thing for you, Gal. And then I think Skelly is interested in one, so I'm probably gonna be doing that next. Although I have more commissions that I'm currently working on. Well, I guess not currently working on, I haven't really started them yet, but they're in the queue. So. Busy, busy, busy. But now that I got the new computer thing handled, I'm not putting yours off. I just need to clear out some of the stuff that's, like, piled in front of me first. My virtual table space needs to be cleared. Gal, knock it off. Don't talk back. Because you're telling me to put yours off, and I'm not gonna. Don't worry about it. Okay, that's an appropriate response. That's valid. Oh, that's not supposed to be like that. And I feel like this needs to be flatter. Like it's actually in contact with the ground and not weirdly floating. Oh my god. I don't think that's how the supposed to dance, but okay. I like how the dancing is just like rotating the sprites in a very clumsy way. I wish that the Metroid floated, though, instead of, like, crawled along the ground, because it looks weird. Because Metroids don't do that. Metroids are always floating. They do dance like spore creatures. I think more things should dance like spore creatures. I think more things should look like spore creatures. Okay, so for this, I think we might go with having this part of the hoodie actually overlap the sleeve. Because otherwise it looks kind of strange. More like that. Don't we all wish we looked like a spore creature? That would be great. Which spore creature, though? That's the important question. Oh, it's making all the sprites disappear really fast again. I thought I turned that off. I don't think I can... I don't think I can change it right now. Oh well. What is that? What is that? Block? Oh! Oh! I can create barriers. I can make little barriers. So I can make like a wall to stop where everybody goes. I didn't know that. Yeah, lot of the trigger fire, I think I need to reconnect a bunch of stuff that I didn't do. There are a lot of Kezus in Spore, that's for sure. A lot of Pito monsters. I think mods can do hang on. Does it work? No? Probably have to enable it. Yeah, there's a way to make all of the sprites dance, but I don't think I have it enabled right now. Alright, so I need to fix the collar over here, because the collar... Oops, wrong layer. The collar is not an accessory. It's actually part of the tattoos. We need to go back in and draw that on the right layer. I told you, Gal. I told you. It's just too big. They're too big. I can't... Well, I guess I could change the size of them, but they would get, like, weirdly compressed and look not so great, so... I guess you just unlocked the easy mode. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, music. That was weird. Nah, I don't think I will, because it's gonna make it look weird, because you know, like, you try to squish pixel art and it just gets all, like, blurry. I don't want to do that. What I need to do is I need to finally just get around to making my own sprites. At least some bats. I want to make some bats. And maybe other nocturnal animals too, like maybe a raccoon, maybe some moths, maybe some cats, maybe a possum. A possum would be good. Owls, you know, the usual suspects. Hydrate. Okay, but it's gonna be polar grapefruit dry and not water, because I don't have any water right now. Okay, I did it. Magic. It's kind of like homeopathic medicine. You're like treating the thing with the thing. I'm gonna dehydrate myself so much that I just become accustomed to it and it's no longer a problem. I'm just gonna start eating silica packets and nothing else. And I'm gonna sleep in a bin full of salt to just draw all the moisture out of myself. Like a phone that's been dropped in the toilet. I mean, yeah, that's one way to look at it, Richie. It's kind of like how, one way to deal with constantly being fatigued is, you know, sleeping forever by dying. The biggest sleep. The large sleep. The only sleep you'll ever need. I also want to work on some more emotes, even though I don't have a slot open. But I want to do it anyway. One of the ones I want to do is like the Gato Pensa emote. I want to do one but with my bat. Like instead of a normal thinking like emote, I want to do that. Because then it looks like plotting and not just, yeah, Bato Pensa, exactly. Looks like plotting something and not just, you know, going, hmm. So I should probably open that. I have to... I don't think I have it on my computer. Do I? I might have it in my external. There we go. That's what I mean. But yeah, I want to do a version of this, but with my bat instead. I've been thinking about it for like all week, except I was like, well, if I'm gonna do that, I should do it on stream. Probably not gonna have it. Oh, I don't like that pencil. Ew. Also, I have not yet installed all of my brushes again. I don't have my usual sketch brush, which kind of sucks because all these other pencil brushes are not good. I don't like them, but you know. So that one, hang on. Let's see if I can just get it going. Don't click it yet, okay? Because it probably won't work right now. Okay, yeah, so, the Metroid Redeem, it causes a animation of the Metroid sprite pop up along with the sound that the Metroid makes in Super Metroid. I did just re-log in Trigger Fire with my Twitch account, so it should theoretically work, but it could be that it won't start working again until I, like, shut down and go live again, and I'm not going to do that in the middle of the stream. I'm sorry things are broken. Everything got shuffled around. I gotta get it all set up properly again. I forgot that these external services that link into Streamlabs, like if you change your password or whatever, or the login token changes, then you gotta like reconnect everything in order for it to work. Which is annoying, but I understand why it happens. Alright, so we do want some of the ears showing. But then we also want... Alright, so how do I want to do this? Do I want to do like the wing is like this, and this is like the... I guess you would call it the knuckles or the wrist, like this. And then like the thumb is like folded in. Right, or I could do it so it's like the actual like ends of the wing, but that's gonna look janky. I don't like that, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's cool, Richie. What sprite? I need to add more, but I don't know what I want to add. I don't just want to add like everything. I just wish there was more Castlevania sprites. I don't think I've relogged into the sticker thing either. Oh, Ridley, hell yeah. Oh, you're blocked. Hang on. Sorry, Richie, you were trapped. There you are. There's your Ridley. Well, I'm trying to get you to like right yourself. It's not working though. Oh, there you go. Wait, no, you just landed on your face. I tried. I think there's different colors you can unlock for Ridley too, but I'm not sure. I've seen them in other people's streams, but I'm not sure if they're enabled on this or if it's an extra thing. Well, okay, I can be even meaner. Now you're stuck. Now you can't get down. There. Doesn't matter how big your sprite is. I can still pin you. Oh no, Cal. Oh, oh my god. Gal, you just got yeeted. Where did... Oh, I think you all died. You died. Wow. That was cool. You went to space. The first Monster Hunter monster in space? I don't know if they have any there that go into space. They probably do. Monster Hunter is outrageous. Yeah, are any monsters known to have gone, like, out of the atmosphere? Okay, Valstrax, yeah, probably. Oh, thank you. Oh, see, everybody danced. Thank you, Richie. I appreciate that. Thank you for the biddies. Oh yeah, Xeno'jiiva, but Xeno'jiiva didn't have enough time because, I guess spoilers for anybody that hasn't beaten Monster Hunter World, vanilla storyline yet. As soon as Xeno'jiiva is born, you kind of murder it. More biddies. More pop bat. You're tired of Alucard? How dare you? How dare you tire of Alucard? Okay. A Sharish Valda avatar would be amazing, but it would be really hard to do. Because, it's got them wings. Oh my god, Richie! Thank you. Zora Magdaros can barely even, like, get across a flat field. Like, that thing is so slow and heavy, there's no way it could go into space. Oh my goodness, Richie. Well, thank you for spending all of your remaining bits on me. I appreciate it. Okay, Dodogama would be... Oh, Dodogama in a spacesuit, though? Like, with a little helmet on and stuff? Just floating? And, like, no gravity? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to draw that. Oh my god. That's perfect. Hang on. Alright, we're doing something new now. Okay, I don't want... This is just like remixes of all the same song. I don't like this. Like, do something else. Okay. Alright, I need reference for Dodogama. I know what Dodogama looks like, but I don't remember all the specifics. Okay, there's the boy. There's the best boy. Look at that. Look at that best boy. So good. So pure. Alright, so he got a big ol' head. Just huge. massive. Has that big old jaw, so his jaw is gonna be like up here, right? And then he's gonna have his little itty bitty top of his head over here, because it's small. And then he's gonna kind of be like floating like this. He's got a short little tail, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Alright, so big old jaw. Big old jaw. Just huge. Incredible. And then he's kind of big over here too. He's got that belly going on. He eats all those yummy rocks. So here's one thing I was thinking about last night as I was trying to go to sleep, as I usually do because I suck at sleeping. So like I was thinking about the body types, and I think this is more a development thing. They just reuse skeletons for different monsters in Monster Hunter just to save resources. But I was thinking about the general body types of Kezu and Diablos, and they're weirdly similar. Like Kezu has 3 fingers, 3 stubby fingers on the ends of its wings. And so does Diablos, and there's the same shape and kind of overall structure. And then they have like kind of like chubby, like the arms of their wings are kind of chubby, like they're not sleek. And then they also both are basically perpendicular to their legs, like their bodies are very horizontal, and their legs, you know, are vertical, and they don't really like go upright or anything. They're always like very horizontal, parallel with the ground. And also both of them have relatively short tails that are highly specialized, and also they both have diminished eyes. Like Diablos has very small, weak eyes, and Kezu has no eyes. So I'm like thinking, like, if you're gonna look at it from a biological standpoint, they would probably have a common ancestor, which is weird to think about. Also, they both like to be underground. Like, Kezu likes caves to hide in, and Diablos likes to bury itself in the sand. So that was what I was thinking about last night. And, like, obviously it doesn't have any effect on anything, but I thought it was interesting. So, there's a possibility that Kezu and Diablos are, like, distant cousins. The Kezu emoji is a bits emoji, and it costs 5,000 bits. So, yeah, I didn't do that necessarily on purpose. I'm not trying to, you know, coerce people into spending that many bits on anything. It's just that was the slot that I had open. And I really wanted to have a Kezu emoji. Alright, and he's gonna have a helmet on, right? We're gonna do a helmet. We're gonna do a helmet. I mean, if you're gonna do that for anything, and I can't say that word on Twitch, if you're gonna do that for anything, I guess Kezu is the way to go. Shrimped? If you're gonna shrimp for anything, it better be Kezu. Shrimping ain't easy, you're right. Alright. Okay, and arms are like up here. They're pretty high up. They're like here. And his legs are very far back, like an iguana. They're like right here. And his leggies are probably, he's probably just gonna have them like... He's got kind of longish toes, so he's just gonna have his feet like that. And then he's just hanging out. He's just tripping. Dodogama in space. Never thought I'd see the day. But he's just like, holy shit, what's going on? There's some really big rocks out here. How am I gonna eat them? Because he's gonna see like asteroids and stuff, and he's gonna be like, oh man, I want that. Yeah, thank you for the idea. Yeah, I was thinking some kind of like mean, scary monster would be able to go into space. Like a Narwa or an Ibushi, but in space or some crap like that. But Dodogama is so innocent and pure. Alright, and feet. Dragon wife guy in space. Where is my wife? He's like drifting past the moon, like yelling about his wife. No, that's basically what one of the I guess the main monsters of Rise is. He's just a wife guy. He's just a dragon wife guy. Are the stickers working? I want to see if the stickers are working. Yeah, it works. Wow, that's annoying. The test sticker is annoying, I hate it. Well, you don't have to technically be married to be a wife guy. That's not a set in stone requirement. You are a wife guy, Lachlan, that's true. Very much so. No, a wife guy isn't a bad thing. I mean, I guess if you have, like, a very negative opinion of, like, not necessarily marriage, because it doesn't have to be marriage, but, like, a monogamous, committed relationship, I guess. Alright, Dodogama's got these little thingies going on, right? Little dinosaur spikes. Yeah, he's got some like big ones back here. Got a bunch of little ones. Somehow those are going to be sticking through the spacesuit. How? And how is that safe? Who knows? It's Monster Hunter. Alright, and then we're gonna give him like those astronaut gloves. His little fingies. There we go. And then he's gonna get astronaut boots too. Did I say so? But we'll give it like little toes at the ends. Yeah, but if they made them shittier, then they wouldn't be as good, right? That's kind of how that works. Hey, you know, if you have the patience and, you know, the skill to make really good sprites, you should be flexing. Because, you know, that's impressive stuff, and it's become a less common thing these days, is everything just wants like ultra high fidelity 3D stuff. It's kind of it's not necessarily a dying art, but it's a lot less common. 4K sprites. They should just have more Castlevania sprites in general, to be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed in how few there are. Like, most of the Castlevania games are just ripe for ripping sprites from, honestly. Yeah, the demon familiar that pushes the buttons. The sword familiar that goes slice, and then it slices, which is brilliant. Perfect writing. And the skeletons, I can't find any skeletons. They don't have any skeleton sprites available. I'm gonna have to make one. I'm gonna have to get a sprite sheet for Castlevania and then turn it into a skeleton sprite for this. Because nobody did that. And it's like, what are you even doing then? There's no bats. There's no bats. I can't find any bats. Even though, you know, there's bat sprites from most games because it's always like a low-level villain, a low-level enemy. So it's like, why? Why are there no bats? What are you even doing? Come on. And there's very few Final Fantasy Tactics sprites, which makes sense because that's an isometric game, so it wouldn't really translate that well. But, you know, I'm gonna gripe about it. At the very least, they could have added more of the characters than just the, what, 5 or 6 that I have. Like, they could have added, they could have added August, but I guess everybody would just want to blow him up. Could have added Ovelia and even things out a little bit because it's very much a dude party. Delita, and Mustadio, and Sid, and then I think the only girl is Agrias. Yeah, if you pick August and you know who August is, you have to knowingly do it. There's gonna be people out there that have never played Tactics, and they're just like, oh, you know, this character looks cool or whatever, and they don't know. I love how much noise people seem to think they need to make when they drive down this road. I really appreciate it a whole lot. Yeah, the lag can be pretty bad between the extension and the stream. There's not a whole lot I can do about that because the game is being fed through Steam and stuff. I can just put down more stars and then you'll probably end up hitting one. There you go. Everybody should be able to get a star unless Gao gets all of them because of the huge sprite. I'm lagging? Everything looks fine here. only using... Oh, the jump lag, okay. You scared me, because I was like, what? I'm only using 5% CPU as opposed to 30% when I used to stream on my old computer. Yes, 5% pee-poo. Alright, so he's got these big plate things happening on his face. So he can bulldoze the rocks with his face and eat them. He's like the rock biters from Neverending Story, but a big lizard instead. It's funny looking at the big sprites jump, because it doesn't make any sense. Kind of briefly levitate. I respect it. It just looks weird. I mean, if you're a giant, like, snake lizard monster, it makes sense that you jump awkwardly. Really not built for it, I guess. Oh, I did, Kushala last night. I think it was last night. Yeah, it was last night. It was before I went to bed. So I'm HR 34, I think? Well, I'll do Kush again, I don't care. No, I'll do it. I wanted to play Monster Hunter and it was like 4 in the morning and nobody was on, so I was like, I guess I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Oh, come on, gal. I don't mind fighting monsters again. Also, Kushala is not nearly as annoying in this one as it was in World. It's I mean, it's still annoying, but it's not as annoying. It's not fucking tornadoes everywhere like it was in World. Oh, his pupil is too small. He looks terrified. Make it a little bigger. There. Does he have nostrils? Are those nostrils? Is that the nostril? Dodogama would either be terrified or just be like, what? Okay, I guess this is chill. Because Dodogama doesn't really stress about things. Dodogama just lives, and I love him for it. So he's just in space right now. Alright, so I'm not gonna go all the way through this on stream. Or maybe I will. I don't know. But I'm gonna save it all the same just in case. I mean, once I finish it, I'm doing it at 3000 by 3000 at 300 DPI, so it could be a shirt. That's kind of why I did it at such a high resolution. Coffee, hell yeah. It is a good time for coffee. 11 p.m. is a good time for coffee. Because any time is a good time for coffee. Yeah, that's fine. Canned coffee is good. Especially if it's Japanese canned coffee. That's the best. Oh yeah, the Georgia coffee commercials? Hell yeah. We need to, yeah, once we finish Cowboy Bebop, we need to do Twin Peaks. Because it's so good. Ooh, a Kona blend. I love Kona coffee. Alright, and then we gotta do the fluff. It looks weird without fluff. Oh, we're gonna do season 2. Yes. If you want to experience all... Okay, so Twin Peaks is one of those things where if you can't handle Twin Peaks at its worst, you don't deserve it at its best. So... We're gonna do the whole thing. We're gonna do it in order too. We're gonna do seasons 1 and 2, and then we're gonna do Fire Walk with Me, and then we're gonna do season 3 because that's how it was meant to be watched. But if you want to experience the last 2 episodes, especially the last episode of season 2. Fire Walk with Me and any of season 3, you have to go through the middle of season 2, the lowest point in the series, in order to fully appreciate the good parts. Yeah, Wyndham Earl, yes. And catatonic Leo Johnson, and Ben Horn's whole Civil War LARP arc. Oh yes. The whole thing. The whole thing. Oh, and James's weird little Motorcycle Diaries story arc thing that he goes on with what's-her-face with the dead tooth. Yeah, we're gonna go through all of it. And we're gonna make fun of it the whole time, because the executives had no idea what they were doing. And honestly, they should be ashamed of themselves for what they did, because it's pretty bad. Oh yeah, and Josie being turned into a doorknob and stuff. What else happens? What else happens during that part? Oh yeah, Audrey's weird little arc with that guy. Yeah, Catatonic Leo is pretty funny. New shoes. And these might sound like spoilers, but honestly, it's so bonkers that it's not going to make any sense until you actually watch it, even if you know what I'm talking about. So don't worry about it. It's David Lynch, it's hard to spoil. Like, I could tell you, like, most of what happens in season 3, and honestly, it would still all be pretty much as much of a surprise when you actually watch it as if I didn't tell you at all, because it's David Lynch. Alright, more fluff up here. Really framing everything with with bat fluff. Yeah, like, honestly, Homestuck could probably take a few notes from David Lynch when it comes to making things, just as arcane as possible. Because he was doing it way before What's-His-Face was probably even potty trained. Hussy. Yeah, the chess thing, and then the cards thing, and it is, it is. It is. Yeah, they should have added a cloak option, or familiars, or whatever. But I couldn't find any, like, expanded Alucard content for this thing, unfortunately. They should add the thing where Alucard tries to eat the peanut from Symphony of the Night. That would be pretty good. Where you have to press up at just the right time in order to eat it. Alright, so how's that for very rough Bato Pensa? I think that's pretty good. Wait, Hussy's non-binary? I don't really follow Homestuck, so... I might zoom it in a bit. There. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Well, congratulations to Andrew Hussey then. I don't follow his work because Homestuck has never really appealed to me, but it's always great when somebody starts living their own truth. There are fighting game ones. I'll have to check the workshop page again. But there are fighting game sprites. There's also a bunch of Smash Brothers stuff. And there's a bunch of Mega Man. But I don't... Oh, someone's honking. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but somebody outside is honking. I've mentioned it before, and I'm not trying to disparage anybody who likes Homestuck. You know, you like what you like, that's great. You know, you do you. I tried to read Homestuck a couple times, and I could never get past the first few pages, if you call them that. It just, I couldn't. So I gave up. What are they honking about? They just did a big honk. Don't do that. I'm streaming. You should yell at my window. I'm streaming. Shut up. Yeah, Skelly. It's just not for me. You know, there's an audience for it, and, you know, people that enjoy it, you know, that's great. I'm glad. It's just not my kind of thing. Party is still a pandemic. They shouldn't be partying. See, one of the things is I generally am not interested in stories that revolve around kids. Just because I'm not a kid, and I would rather follow characters that are a little closer in age to me, because it's more relatable to me. So I will usually bounce off pretty hard and pretty early from any media that is mostly focused on kids or adolescents. Yeah, see, when when did Homestuck come out? I was already at least in my 20s. Okay, 2007, yeah. So I was 23. So, I wasn't really interested. Yeah, so if it really gained steam in 2010, I would have been even older, and it would have been even less appealing to me. Right, Lachlan? And I'm older than you are, so... The hell does that make me? I'm just a mummy. I'm just made of dust and bones. Yeah, also I'm really picky. Like any new media that I check out has a really small window to have something that hooks me, and if it can't within that time, I'm probably just gonna drop it and you know, that's it. I'm gonna move on. So if I check something out and it can't grab me within like the first few pages or the first chapter or two or the first 20 minutes if it's like a show or a movie, then I'm probably just gonna move on. That's just how I am. Also, if it's interesting but the aesthetic is bad, like it's not the kind of aesthetic that I'm into, then I'm not gonna stick around. I'm just gonna be like, oh well, this isn't it. I'm very, very picky, which is weird because I will watch like incredibly awful movies for fun and love them, but like things that are higher production, like they really have to work hard in order to get me. It's very strange. Like an example of something that I just cannot stand just because I don't like the way it looks is Yu-Gi-Oh! And I know a lot of people really love Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's great, and I'm happy for them. I cannot stand the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Looks. I do not like that style at all. It is, very off-putting to me. And I will never watch it or read it. Just because of that. That's the only reason. I just cannot stand the art style. I don't know why. Something about it, I just don't like it. It also doesn't help that I've never been into, like, card games, like Pokemon or Magic or anything like that, so it's not interesting to me in that way, but I also just don't like the art style at all. Digimon is another thing where I just did not like the art style, so I never really investigated it because I didn't like the way it looked. Fart style, exactly. Although conversely, there are things that I have tried to get into just because I like the way it looked. And sometimes there are things that I ended up not liking because I didn't like the substance, but I still liked the way it looked. So I just kind of like appreciated the aesthetic and then, you know, understood that it wasn't actually for me, it just looks nice. Well, okay, so Sailor Moon is interesting, and I'm not saying that, you know, you should like it or anything if you didn't. So like, on the surface, it seems like a pretty basic magical girl kind of thing, but it's actually very in-depth, and it has a very, rich and honestly kind of dark cosmology to it. It's interesting, especially if you read the manga. It goes into it in the anime too, but the manga is a lot darker than the anime, and also you don't have to deal with the filler episodes. Like, Rumiko Takahashi actually wanted to kill off basically all of the cast after essentially, I guess what you would call the first season. Like, she literally just wanted to just nuke all of the characters and have them, like, permanently die. She wanted to have Sailor Mercury be an android, and she was going to get horrifically and violently dismembered by the minions of I guess you'd call her Queen Beryl in English, and just totally destroyed and killed. And she was mad because the editors basically were like, no, you can't do that. Because what if we want to make more? What if it's successful and we want to make more of it later? Which is what ended up happening. That's the whole reason why Chibiusa exists. Is because they were like, oh, well, you know, this was really successful, we want you to make more. And she's like, oh, well, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, oh, have Sailor Moon have a kid or something. And she's like, what? Okay, whatever. And then she did that. But she had a lot of complaints about her editors, like forcing her to make changes she didn't want to make. Yeah, she was basically gonna golden age pretty much everybody. But yeah, the story was supposed to be a hell of a lot darker than it ended up being, and I mean the manga is darker than the anime, but it was supposed to be even more like grimdark than that if she got her way. Yeah, Madoka is, but I don't know, the way that Takahashi treats the characters and their struggles and their arcs compared to Madoka is a little different. Because she also said that she modeled especially the inner senshi after friends that she wished she could have had when she was growing up. So there was like a personal aspect of that to how the senshi are and how they interact with each other and the depth of their bond with one another. But Sailor Moon is one of those things where a lot of the characters literally just get fucked up or die throughout the series. I mean, there's a lot of like resurrection and rebirth themes overall, so they usually end up coming back, but yeah, she likes to torture her characters a little bit. Which is why I don't understand where the stereotype of magical girl stuff, except for Madoka somehow being, like, always cheery and optimistic and working out in the end, because, like, Sailor Moon was one of the OGs, and honestly, she's just killing her characters over and over again. Yeah, that's the thing about manga compared to, like, well, I guess not, because Western comics often reboot and retcon stuff. But they do it in a much more, I don't know. I guess you can't even call it a sloppy way, because then you have, like, with JoJo, for instance, like, Araki, like, went on this whole thing early on that he just ends up scrapping eventually, and just, it's never mentioned again. It's just like, oh yeah, no, this thing that was like super important early on is just, it doesn't exist anymore, never mind. No explanation why, it just doesn't. So, I guess I can't even say that it's a more elegant way of doing things, but yeah, there's a lot of instances where mangaka will go one way with a story and then just drastically change it or redo it later on, and you're not really supposed to ask why or how, it just is. I think it also has to do with the fact that in Japan, a lot of the time, a manga is usually written and drawn by one person, or maybe two people at most. It's not like there's a writer or writers, and then there's a penciler and an inker and a colorist. Like, it's usually one or two people show, and then sometimes they have assistants to help them with the production, but they call the shots as far as the story goes. So I think they have a lot more of like a precedence for being able to just kind of like change things whenever they want. and however they want. Because like in the West, a lot of times comics, like you have at least one writer, often more than one writer, doing the script. And then you have somebody that does the pencils, and then somebody does the inks, and then somebody colors it. So the artists aren't the ones in charge. They're just, you know, following a script they get from a team of people. And those writers get shifted around regularly. Yeah, there's storyboards too, and that can be the penciler's job, or that can be another person's job that's either involved with the writers or with the art team, depending. It's a lot more complicated. A lot more, I guess you'd call it like corporatized. It's more like an assembly line. At least for like the big comics. I mean, like, you get into, like, more independent comics and smaller labels, it's a little bit less like that. Gao, have you read Dungeon Meshi yet? Oh, Lachlan, you should read Dungeon Meshi too, you would like it. Isn't that an anime too? Didn't they make an anime out of that? Knights of Sidonia? Yes, it's just Dungeon Meshi. Yes. It's extremely good, and you will like the tone of it, I guarantee it. Also, Gao, you need to read Dungeon Meshi. Oh no, shitty conclusion, that sucks. Was it like long? Like, were there a lot of like chapters and then it just ends in a really unsatisfying way? Because it sucks even more if it's something you put a lot of time into and then all of a sudden it just ends like terribly or like sloppily and lazily. It's like, oh god, what did I even bother with this for? Aw, that sucks. 90 chapters is, you know, that's some reading. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, who has time to read anything? Especially something that's like hundreds of chapters. I mean, so Dungeon Meshi is still going, but it's not super long. And then Dorohedoro is like 167 chapters, which honestly, considering it went for 20 years, just about, almost 20 years, that's not that long for a manga compared to like things like Naruto or Bleach or One Piece or things like that, which just go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of chapters. I don't have the stamina to read something that's more than like, I'd say my maximum is probably like 200 to 300 chapters, like total. If it's longer than that, I'm probably not gonna get through it. And then of course there's ones where it's obvious that the author didn't really know where they were going with it, and they kind of get lost in their own plot. Like, Berserk. And then I kind of ended up falling off of Berserk because of the boat arc. I did not like the boat arc. And, I basically got bored with it. because between the hiatuses that he kept going on, probably because he didn't know where to go with the story, and the fact that the story didn't seem to be going anywhere that was fulfilling, I was like, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm good. I might go back to it at some point, but I don't know. And then, of course, like, Berserk is just very heavy. It's just very dark and brutal and unforgiving as far as the setting and everything. The world is just very mean. And sometimes it's just hard to keep up with that. There's not enough moments of levity to kind of balance it out. And it's just oppressive. So it kind of stops being enjoyable to read at some point. Okay, so for Sidonia, like, the ending was not fulfilling. But was the rest of it like interesting? Like, I mean, you read the whole thing, so obviously it was enough to keep you reading, but like, is it good, or after a certain point does it not be good anymore or something? Oh, okay. So it's just the ending. What? Christmas? What? No. No, it's not Christmas. Good lord. It was a Christmas track on this playlist. And it's like, no, it's May. So I had to change it. So I played with the pressure sensitivity when I was setting up Clip Studio. It's a little more extreme now. Like, I can get some like really extreme pressure sensitivity now. So I'm still getting a little used to it, but I like it. It's good. Good. Thick lines and thin lines. Previously I didn't really mess with the pressure sensitivity that much. I didn't really fidget with the curve very much. So I kind of left it on the default. So this time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and mess with it a little bit and see how things go. And I'm glad I did. Because you know how much I love the line weight. Very good. The more, the better. It's so huge. It's such a huge avatar. Like, I was testing them in the program before I added it to the stream, and I was like, oh my god, that's so big. It's too bad they don't have palicos. They should have palicos and palamutes. Little ones. Not big ones. More simplified. Alright, I'm getting reference. Okay, Lachlan, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest. Oh yeah, it's pretty late. I got a late start. Well, at least Gao, you did it like right before the weekend, so you have plenty of time to recuperate, you know? Without having to use like a sick day or a personal day. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the things about the vaccine is that it affects people so wildly differently. Like, some people have virtually no effects from it, and some people, like, kind of get the shit kicked out of them by it. And you never know until you get it and see how it reacts to you. Yeah, you just suffer through it. I was like that when I had a job where I had to actually clock in. What? No, that's not the color I wanted. Sample the right color. Jump game. Uh-oh. Hello, totally unmuted. I see you lurking. You got blowed up, lemon carrots. You got yeeted. That avatar is so unfair, Gal. Oh, you jumped? Oh, I don't know. Maybe you got moon boots. Lemon carrots, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you, Richie, for gifting that sub. Wow. Now Lemon Carrots gets emotes. Bat emotes. Yeah, it's 0 months until, I guess 30 days from now. It's like how before your first birthday you're 0 years old. Unless you're from like an East Asian country, in which case they consider you 1 year old when you're born. Oh, I want a submarine sandwich. Oh shit, a duel. Oh, we fighting. Oh shit. Small Samus versus slightly larger Samus. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I won. But just barely. Just barely. My health was extremely low. That was a very close duel. Either one of us could have bid it at any time. You fought valiantly. I respect that. Oh no, Tiny Metroid friend stopped working? I think it appears randomly. I think it like spawns in and out. I don't entirely know how the avatars work, because they're all made by different people in the workshop, so some of them work a little better than others. Some of them have different features. Oh no, Mother Brain ate them. She would do that too. Kind of a bitch. You got, oh no. Oh no. See, that's why gambling is gambling, you know? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You usually lose, though. Slots are rigged. It's true. I mean, if casinos wanted you to win, they'd probably just give you money. They don't want you to win. That's why if you win too much money at a casino, then they like bring the dudes in suits and earpieces out to talk to you, to make sure you're not cheating. Oh no, 3 gold, I'm so sorry. Or 11. 3 or 11. Oh. Oh, you did it. I think it got confused because of the quotation mark. Three or 11, or maybe 311 like the band. The perfect Kezu reaction. And you can use Twitch subscriber emotes on Discord if you connect your Discord to your Twitch account. And you can use them in any server that allows external emotes. You don't even have to have Nitro. It's pretty cool. Oh, Kezus. Just Kezus everywhere. Oh no. Richie is a lover, not a fighter. Apparently. You can use the W. I know what it means. It's all the same to me. We can go totally Nico Nico. I'll find out what Flawless did to get the chat to scroll across the screen horizontally. And we can have a full-on Nico Nico style stream. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Oh. What layer? Oh, I did that on the wrong layer. Of course. What else is new? I should have a wrong layer counter for the stream. Maybe I'll do that. Your W key is stuck because you're laughing so hard. Wrong lever, yeah. I'm pulling a Kronk. If Yzma was a a digital artist instead of a, what was she? I don't even know what she was supposed to be. I've also only seen that movie like once, so not an expert. Oh, is that what this is from? I haven't played that many Pokemon games, and this is not one of the ones I played, so I didn't recognize it. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I couldn't remember what exactly her function in the Society of Emperor's New Groove was. I couldn't remember if she was supposed to be some kind of, like, court sorcerer, or, like, a seer, or something like that. I wasn't sure. She lived in a society. Exactly. I'm drinking more coffee because I'm starting to get a headache. I don't want a headache. Headache is bad. Headache is unpleasant. Saving. Which one was Generation 5? Okay, so the Pokemon games I've played personally are Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Pearl, Pokemon Moon, and Pokemon Shield? I can't remember if I have Sword or Shield. But yeah, those are all the Pokemons I've ever played. I don't know which one Gen 5 is. But honestly, I'm like one of those weirdos who actually likes a lot of the more recent Pokemon than the original 151. Okay, Black and White. Did that come before or after Diamond and Pearl? Well, see, I was never like super into Pokemon. Because Pokemon came out when I was in high school, so I was like playing like JRPGs, like Final Fantasies and Suikodens and stuff like that. So I was like, Pokemon, that's like kid stuff. But yeah, so I really like the Pokemon in Pearl, and I really like the Pokemon in Moon. Okay, right after. Because like I like Pokemon like Klefki. Like a lot of people shit on Klefki. It's like, oh, it's just keys. It's like, yeah, but it's a really good Pokemon and it's cute, so who cares? Like, it would be cool if my ring of keys was alive and could, you know, do cool things to help me out in a battle. There's nothing bad about that. That's pretty sweet. Some people have a tendency to think that the thing they started out with is always the best because that's what they started with. And I don't really agree with that. If that's how they feel, that's fine, but I don't really agree with it. Just because it's older or just because it came first doesn't mean that it's better. Yeah, with Silent Hill, for instance. I've personally played Silent Hill 2, 3, and technically 4, Silent Hill The Room. We don't talk about that one. And I've seen a playthrough of the first game. So I'm familiar with all of the original Team Silent Hills, and I know that a lot of people either like the first one or the second one the most. Usually the second one. My personal favorite is the third one. I like Silent Hill 3 the most. I don't think that 2 or 1 are superior because they came first. I think 3 was the best treatment of the series to date. That's why I like it the most. I think that was the pinnacle of Team Silent's work on the series. And I think The Room was, it should have stayed whatever it was supposed to be before they retconned it into a Silent Hill, because it wasn't even supposed to be in the Silent Hill series to begin with. It's okay, but it's not a Silent Hill, and it should have never been a Silent Hill. It was supposed to be a different IP entirely. It was supposed to be some other horror IP that had to do with ghosts. That's why the ghosts are in it. That's why the Sword of Obedience or whatever that you pin the ghost down with is in it. It wasn't supposed to be a Silent Hill. Now, I haven't played the Fatal Frames, but I've seen gameplay footage of the Fatal Frames. Bato Pensa. I guess I should add a little more detail down here on the wing. What's another series? Suikoden, another unfortunately ruined series that Konami destroyed. But my favorite in that series was the second one, Suikoden 2. I played Suikoden 1, 2, and 3, and then after that I didn't really play anymore because the original creator left in the middle of development for 3, and the series was never the same after that. But out of the 3 that I played, I like the second one the most. I think it was the best one. The first one's okay. The third one is... half of it's okay and half of it sucks. But yeah, like... I don't like the second one because, like, it's the first one I experienced, or it was the first one in the series. I just think it was the best one. That's why I don't really understand why people are like, oh, the original 151 Pokemon were the best Pokemon and everything after that has been crappy, because, like, that's kind of not true. I've heard a lot of good things about Gen 3, but I haven't played any of them, so... I mean, obviously, I've experienced some of the Pokemon that came from Gen 3 because they've been in, you know, later games, but I didn't actually play any of that generation myself. But I also like a lot of the ones from Moon. I like a lot of the Alolan Pokemon. I also like a lot of the Alolan forms of Pokemon that were already in the series. Like, what's that one? Salazzle? I like that one a lot. That's a good Pokemon. I like the garbage Pokemon. I like Trubbish and Garbodor. Those are some of my favorite Pokemon in the whole game series because it's just garbage bags that are Pokemon and that rules, and also they're pretty strong. Gabagool, yeah, exactly. Alright, Skelly, good night. Go rest your bones. Oh, that's weird. When I grab it and I like go like this, the lines get all like wobbly. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, yeah. Huh. Interesting. It doesn't do it so much when I'm zoomed in more. Okay, I think I wanna move that out. I want some potato salad. Caffeinate. Hell yeah. Alright, caffeinated. But yeah, I'm in the mood for potato salad all of a sudden. Might be time to pick up some potato salad next time we go to the store. Not caffeinated, no. Although, so there's this stuff that you can get. It's basically just water that's caffeinated. I don't remember what it's called, but it's just like bottled water that is infused with caffeine. So you can use it for anything you would use water for, but it's got caffeine in it. Okay, I'll caffeinate again. But like, conceivably, you could use that for cooking, right? So you could, if you were so inclined, make virtually anything you can add water to caffeinated. Would you want to? I don't know. But they used to have powdered caffeine too, like basically just pure caffeine in powdered form. So you could arguably also get your hands on that and then add that to whatever food you're making and have a caffeinated version of that food. Yeah, have the other sprites like freeze in place like when a monster roars in Monster Hunter. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, so if you wanted to make caffeinated food, you can relatively easily. I just don't necessarily advise that you do that. And if you do it, don't blame me for it. I'm not responsible for any adverse effects that come from it, or tastes, because I don't know how it would taste. It'll probably not taste great. But like, Friendon is the one that I heard about the caffeinated water from, and he was saying that sometimes he will basically just use the caffeinated water to make coffee with instead of regular water, so it's like double caffeinated coffee. Which I think is hilarious and I kind of want to try it, but I'm also like a little bit concerned about the consequences of it. I guess it wouldn't, they're not like selling caffeine water that's like super caffeinated. It's not like hyper concentrated or anything. So it might not even be double strength. Caffeinated jello, though. And like a jello that's not made with something that's normally caffeinated. Like a lime jello that just so happens to be caffeinated. Yes, lemon carrots, you should get a mug that says, "Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee to drink tea out of." I agree. Caffeinated soup? That's pretty cool. Because sometimes you don't have time for coffee and a breakfast. You just need one thing, and so you have caffeinated soup. And you skip a step. Oh, soap? I've heard about that. I haven't used it, though. I don't know how I feel about caffeinated soap. That's true. That's true. Calca does put coffee in some dishes. Like, coffee and chili is actually pretty good. It adds, like, a nice kind of roasty smokiness to it. Richie, that's a good one. That's a good mug. I like that. Yeah, I'm one of those people that actually enjoys the flavor of coffee, so like I know how people look for alternatives to get their caffeine without having to resort to drinking coffee or caffeinated soda or whatever, or an energy drink, but I like coffee. And even if I wasn't horrifically addicted to caffeine, I would probably still be drinking coffee. The Johnny Longbow version of a caffeinated stew. We've basically made that Johnny Longbow stew before. It's pretty good. Like, it's legit. Yeah, I don't drink decaf because I don't mind the caffeine. But, like, if I wasn't drinking caffeinated coffee, I'd probably just be drinking decaf or just drink a lot of tea. Yeah, Richie, I started drinking coffee when I was 8 years old. Almost 30 years ago. Basically my grandma, who I lived with, she would usually like lounge on the couch and watch TV, and so she had all of her stuff on the coffee table. That was like her little area. And she would make herself coffee and then leave it on the coffee table while she went to go like do something in the kitchen or whatever, and it would cool off to room temperature, and basically 8-year-old me would sneak into the living room and then like steal sips of my grandma's coffee when she wasn't in the room. And it just kept going like that until eventually I was just having coffee, and my mom would wake me up for school with a cup of coffee. And I would bring coffee in a thermos to school in high school. And yeah, it's just been like that ever since. Alright, I think that's pretty good. I might need to thicken some lines so it's still like readable from like very small size. But overall, I think that's more or less what I wanted. I love coffee candies, and I love coffee ice cream as long as it's good. Like, if it's just like some cheapo, like, coffee syrup flavor, I don't like it. But if it's like coffee extract or actual coffee, then it's really, really good. Oh, hell yeah. I don't think I tried actual Kona coffee until I was quite a bit older than that. It would have been all over for me if I had it when I was that young. I would have been like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. I will never drink anything else ever in my whole life. I also used to get those canned coffees whenever we would go to the Yaohan, or as it's known now, Mitsuwa, because it got bought out. Or like Dobashi Market or whatever. I would get like either UCC or Boss coffee in the can, like as a kid, because it was really good. I don't think I've tried the Trader Joe's coffee ice cream. We don't have any Trader Joe's that are within a reasonable distance here. They're quite a commute away. Boss Coffee is amazing. I think that might be my favorite canned coffee, is Boss Coffee. I like UCC too, but Boss is my favorite, I think. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's just a really good flavor. It's very drinkable. And it holds up well to the canning. Like, sometimes canned coffee can taste like a little stale. But Boss Coffee usually tastes pretty fresh, overall. Being rated! Lysergic! Hell yeah! Yeah, I can get to a Trader Joe's. It's just like a 45-minute drive away, and it's in the middle of a city in another state. Welcome Raiders. We got the jelly bean and everything. Oh my god, we're so lucky. Welcome Raiders, welcome Lysergic. How was your stream? I'm guessing you were up to some clay art. Probably working on that pipe. Doing some wizard things. What's up? Not much. Back at streaming after a week off. Computer's running well. Got a new hard drive, well, solid state drive put in there so I have more storage. And, drawing. Drawing bats. This is gonna be an emote once I unlock another slot for this. And then I was working on some commission stuff. We got this, which I'm working on the colors for, and then working on this reference sheet. And then the music stops. Oh wow, thank you for subscribing, Lysergic. Oh, Richie, thank you for gifting that sub to Lysergic. Hell yeah. Richie's just spreading the love tonight. It's amazing. I appreciate it. Hell yeah, now you got those bat emotes. But yeah, we've been up to some drawings. Kinda being chill about it. Oh, we were sketching this out. This is Dodogama from Monster Hunter, but in space. So this silly lizard boy that likes to eat rocks and doesn't hurt anybody, floating in space, wondering what the hell is going on. Because why not? And yes, we have the Kazoo. We have the Kazoo emote. I made a new emote. It's a Kazoo from Monster Hunter. It's cursed. Extremely cursed. But I wanted to do it, and I did it. And Twitch said, hey, you can upload emotes without approval, so I did that. And now Jeff Bezos is going to show up at my front door and shake his head disapprovingly at me. Yeah, sound alerts are not working right now, and I'm gonna have to do something to reconfigure them. Because I broke something. I don't know what it was, but I broke something. I think it's just I have to relog into everything, and then, it's not gonna refresh itself until the next stream, probably. Sorry, I had to yawn. Okay. But yeah, how was your stream? Are you making more progress on the faces on the pipe? Oh, hell yeah. That's pretty awesome. How's Jellybean doing? She's probably asleep by now. Parrots are not night crew, generally. Well, Lysergic makes other stuff too. Like those little cups with the faces on them. Those are super cute. Or you could get a pipe and then use it for aromatherapy herbs. You just pack them into the bowl and, you know, let them smoke. I bought a vape, and this was before things were legal in more areas than they are now. And it was for aromatherapy, and it came with a little tiny baggie of like lavender, like dried lavender, as if that's what I was gonna use it for. And I always thought that was really funny. For the record, I never put those herbs, in the vape. It did not happen. Aw, poor Jellybean. I hope she feels better. Birdies get stressed easily. Okay, I think he just has the 4 fingers. I don't need to worry about a thumb. Dodogama is not a thumb haver. At least I don't think so. Oh yeah, volcanoes are great. We have an Riser Extreme Q, which is like a volcano. It's basically the same kind of thing, a tabletop one where you can have a whip or the bag. And we've had it for years, and it's all beat up, but it still works. It still does the job. I don't really use it, because when I do that, it tends to get me a little too high, and then it's not fun. I just stick to a pipe. And full disclosure, Twitch, it's legal where I am, so it's legal for my stream. I am an adult. So don't get mad at me for it. I'm following your rules. Just putting that out there, in case Twitch is like, hey, can't talk about that on your stream. It's like, it's in your own rules, you jerks. Jeff Bebo's pee-pee poo-poo. Exactly. You tell him. You tell him. He is a buzzkill though, isn't he? Yeah, the Ariser is more for my partner. They appreciate the vape more than I do. I'm a little old-fashioned. I prefer a good hand pipe. I also like joints, but I don't normally keep the supplies on hand because they're a little bit wasteful. Yeah, papes are good. It's just they're kind of wasteful, like the amount you're putting in there and, you know, the amount that's actually being consumed. And I don't like to waste things. They're great if you have company though, just passing it around. Hell yeah. I love old dogs. Like there's a shelter that's just for senior dogs, and they have like a live web feed a lot of the time. I think it's called like Old Friends, like Senior Dog Sanctuary or something like that. I love that place. I love watching the feeds of just the old dogs hanging out. It's so good. They just take naps and kind of waddle around and stuff, and it's just really wholesome. They really do. And there's so many people that will just, like, get rid of a dog because it's old and they don't want to take care of it anymore, and it's like, that's so messed up. A dog should be allowed to live out its senior years comfortably. It's not less valuable because it's old. Exactly. Pets are family. You don't just dump a family member because they got too old. I mean, maybe some people out there will, but that's messed up. If you don't want to deal with a pet when it gets old, get a stuffed animal. Get a Tamagotchi. Lophius Dragon, thank you for following. Yeah, I might end up putting this up as a shirt or a sticker design on Redbubble. And we'll see if it stays up or if it gets taken down for infringement. So far, only 2 things have been taken down from my Redbubble, and that's a drawing of Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks and Alf with big titties. Yeah, but if you have a senior pet and you just absolutely cannot afford their care, you generally try to find somewhere that can. You don't just dump them anywhere, you know? No, Big Titty Alf is still around. Big Titty Alf is just not on Redbubble. Big Titty Alf lives. Don't worry. Here you go. Here's Big Titty Alf. It's one of the greatest things I've ever drawn. And I've drawn it a few times, and I will never stop drawing it. Call the cops. I don't give a fuck. I will draw it forever. That's true, Richie. There are people that are like dedicated fosters for only senior animals, and I respect them. They're braver than the troops, in my opinion, and they're doing an enormous service. It's got to be so hard to take in elderly animals because you know they're not going to last that long comparatively, and you're going to have to say goodbye a lot. So the fact that there are people that do that you know, willingly out of the kindness of their hearts. That's like huge. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it either. It would destroy me every single time. Yeah, there's a lot of Chihuahua and Chihuahua mixes in shelters because people get them as little puppies, and it's like, oh, look at this cute little dog, and then the reality sets in that they have to care for a dog, and they don't want to do that. They just wanted a little toy to show off. Yeah, but I mean, the big parrots can sometimes be just a lot to handle, and then you think about the fact that it might very well outlive you, you know? It's like, wow. You gotta, like, plan for somebody to take over for your bird in the event that you die before it does. Yeah, the big parrots are basically like a pair of pliers, like really high-powered pliers with wings sometimes. Like, I like birds, but I don't know if I could handle a big parrot. That's scary. I don't know if this spacesuit is at all accurate, but that's fine, because it's a Dodogama in space, so it doesn't really have to be accurate to anything. Get a, what were those really expensive robot dogs from, like, the late 90s? They cost, like, 5 grand or something. Ibos? I think it was the Ibo. Yeah, get an Ibo. Get a big mouth Billy Bass to put on your wall and press the button when you feel like it. I think they did backflips, yeah. I just know they were really, really expensive, so like nobody could afford them, but everybody wanted them. Like they cost like more than a new computer did back then, when computers were, well, no, computers are still expensive because of the whole lack of components thing. But yeah, when like an average computer was over $2,000. That's true, Richie. It's an undertaking, and honestly, I think that if somebody's going to get a large parrot, they should probably be at least trained to take care of a bird like that. If not like someone who works with wildlife. I honestly, if I was to get birds again and I was getting parrots, I would not get anything bigger than a conure. And even that, probably not that big. I'd probably stick to like parrotlets and parakeets and stuff like that. Maybe not cockatiels again, because cockatiels are just so much. They're tiny birds, but they're just so much. Conures are difficult, yeah. And they're very loud. One bird I like is a Burke's parakeet. They're supposed to be just really chill and sweet. Cockatiels are a big parrot in a tiny parrot's body, and also anxiety the size of a large parrot. They're kind of neurotic. It seems like the mind of a cockatiel is a terrifying place to be. And that explains a lot about how they act. Also, they try to destroy everything. They just want to just annihilate all things. That's why I was so surprised at how well behaved Jellybean is around your stuffed Lysergic, because I'm used to cockatiels and budgies. Those are the kinds of parrots I've had. And cockatiels have always just wanted to get into absolutely everything and destroy it and shred it and kill it. Like, nothing was ever safe when a cockatiel was outside of its cage. My budgies were always pretty chill, generally. Like, they just wanted to just do their own thing. But my cockatiels were always like, hey, what's this? Can I bite it? Can I rip it into tiny pieces? Can I knock it off of a surface? Can I break it? But realistically, if I was ever going to get birds again of any kind, I would probably go for chickens, because I've had chickens before, and chickens are really chill, generally. And I like them a lot. Chickens are like one of my favorite animals, because they're super cool. And they can be really, really friendly, and they'll sit on your lap, and they purr when you pet them, like a cat. And they can also fuck stuff up if they need to. Like, I don't know if any of y'all have seen a chicken go after a lizard, but there's not much left after they get through with it. I just don't have a yard because I live in a condo, so I can't have any chickens right now. But if I could, I would, because I love them. Ooh, geckos, yeah. What kind of geckos? Like day geckos, or leopard geckos, or like leaf tail geckos? Any particular kind? Crested geckos. Oh yeah. Those are the ones that have kind of like the little frilly things on their skin, right? Yeah, the frilly eyebrows. Yeah, those are cool. The only kind of lizard I've ever had as a pet was a western fence lizard. Basically wild caught, because they're all over the place in California. Also known colloquially as blue bellies, because they have blue stripes on either side of their bellies. And they're pretty cool. One of the cool things about them is that they tend to get ticks a lot, like especially around their ears, but they have a special property in their blood, which allows them to neutralize diseases that the tick might be carrying, making them impervious to any diseases the tick has, and also cleansing the tick of the diseases that it has, thus reducing the prevalence of those diseases in the environment where the tick and the lizard live. That's why Northern California tends to have a very low incidence of Lyme disease, despite the fact that there are ticks in all the tall grass. Because those lizards basically control the prevalence of Lyme. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I had a fence lizard for a few years when I was a teenager, and it ate a whole lot of crickets, and it got really, really big. It got like probably 4 or 5 times bigger than it was when I caught it, and it liked to bite. It didn't really like to be handled very much, but eventually it got used to me. And it passed away. I'm not sure what the lifespan of those lizards are, but it lasted a few years. I don't think they lived that long. But it was pretty cool. I brought it to school one day to kind of like, you know, like a show and tell kind of thing, sort of. Well, Richie, just make sure you sort out all of the legal, you know, restrictions that there might be on that kind of thing. Because I'm not sure, like, what the laws are regarding, you know, exotic snake species in the UK. Okay, as long as you're not smuggling, because you could get in some serious hot water if you're smuggling wildlife. Well, not wildlife, but, you know, exotic species. I don't want to turn on the news someday and find out that someone I know has been popped for animal trafficking. That would be pretty wild, in a bad way. Yeah, reptile crimes. Oh no, I'm hungry again, but I already ate. That's messed up. Looks like I'll be having a late night peanut butter sandwich after all. Bristlebird's here. Oh my god. Have some Kezus. Have even more Kezus. Richie, thank you for gifting that sub to Bristleburr. Oh my goodness. I apologize for having Alf's big titties out and proud like that. I was just showing earlier an example of Alf with the big titties. Oh, thank you, Richie. That's so nice and generous of you. Alright, so Dodogama mostly just has scales up in this region, and then it's kind of smoother over here.
Four civilians are beamed into an alien spacecraft.
What?
Each are completing tasks to maintain the ship until suddenly...
Oh, no.
On board the vessel.
No. Alright, hang on. Playlist has gone in a direction I don't want. Okay. Oh, I think we've already done that. Okay. Sorry, I had to shuffle around the music a little bit. This one is a Fairy Fountain Synthwave remix from Zelda. Yeensy, oh my god! We have a Yeensy. Everybody, we have a Yeensy. We are so blessed. Villain! Yinzi has awakened villain. The Yinzi is, irresistible. When Yinzi's here, you can't help yourself. Thank you, Richie. Thank you for gifting a sub to Yinzi. Okay, we should do the tail. We should do the back too. We should do all of this. All the bat emotes you could want. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Because I don't have all the slots I can unlock yet. Like, this is gonna be an emote eventually, when I have a slot for it. I don't have one right now, though. And someday, this is also going to be an emote, but again, I don't have a slot for it. So I have emotes planned. And there will be more bats. But Twitch makes you unlock slots first, so we gotta do that. And then we're gonna have a hyper emote, and we can have a Bato Pensa emote. We're thinking about things and scheming. Thinking about bat things. Eating bugs, flying around, making lots of guano, you know, the usual. Nightbot needs to learn how to behave before it gets a sub. I want to say, I'm not sure, because obviously I'm not a partner. I want to say that partners get the ability to give, like, at least one bot a subscription so the bot can use, like, emotes and stuff or something. I might be wrong about that, though. Because I know there's a lot of people that have customized bots for their chats, and the bots have subscriptions. But then again, people could just be buying subs for their bots. Guano posting is great. I love guano posting. One of my favorite things to do. Look at this good boy in space. Wow. He's doing it. He's doing it. Oh my goodness. Yinzi gifting a sub to a bat. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. It's so generous. Alright, so I want this to be perfectly round. Unfortunately for me, I do not really have the ability to make perfectly round circles by hand. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna use this tool. No. Okay, I think that's good. Kinda. Like that. I'm cheating, oh my god. Using hacks. Art hacks. The sound alerts aren't working right now because I need to reconfigure them. Sorry, Yinzi. I owe you 420 channel points. So hold me to that. No, I don't. I owe. I'm indebted to Yinzi. And to Richie. Oh, that's wrong layer again. Of course. What? Your sub badge is right there. You have a coffee cup. Yeah, if you click your chat identity, that's the little icon next to the message box, you can choose what badge you have. And, like, flare and name color and stuff. They changed it recently. Like, it used to be different and more convoluted to change that stuff. They've been making weird little tweaks to the chat. Like, they changed the way that the /me emote command works, and they changed it for the worst. Because now it doesn't change the color of your text, and it sucks. And people are real big mad about it. Oh yeah, Tobias is here somewhere. He's on top of the cat tower, he's looking at me. He was being mean to Spooky again, so I'm a little mad at him. He was being a bully. And I don't like it. Honestly, like, Spooky doesn't like to fight him, but I kind of wish you would just, you know, just, like, judo throw him or something, just to kind of put him in his place so he'll stop for a while. But she's not really like that. She could. She's lost her temper with him before and just kind of, like, kicked his ass a little bit so that he would back off. But generally, she doesn't like to do that. She would prefer to just get away from him when he's being a jerk. I just wish that she would kind of, I don't know, just, you know, slap him around a little bit. Yeah, she's not like an aggressive cat. She's not a fighty kind of cat. She just wants to do her own thing and chill. He's the instigator. He's the one that's always trying to play too rough or, you know, whatever. Oh yeah, if you're on mobile, I don't know how to change the badges that show up in chat, because I don't really use mobile. And I know that it lacks features. Like, it's cool that there's a mobile option for Twitch, but it leaves a lot to be desired. Like, functionality-wise. So I could have just used the circle tool and left it at that, but I want the texture of the lines to match and, you know, fit the rest of the picture. I don't care if it's perfectly round or not. So what I probably should do is give Dodogama some space rocks to be marveling at. Like some asteroids or something going on. So you can be like, oh wow, look at that. Wow, tasty rock. How to eat tasty space rock, please. That looks like a potato. Space potato. Ochre NPC, thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy the emotes. What if, like, meteors and stuff like that were actually just potatoes? Just space potatoes? Like, you know how people try to say that the moon is made of cheese, but what if, like, asteroids and stuff were just potatoes? Just, like, fucked up space potatoes. See, Dodogama's like, oh my god, I don't even know how to process this. Is this heaven? Am I in monster heaven? Look at these rock. How to eat potato with helmet, right? Just smash your helmet against the space potato and hope for the best. Yeah, you have to pull some Gary's Mod physics weirdness in order to get it to phase through the glass. Just cram it in there until it jiggles at just the right frequency. Oh shit, Bristlebur, were they? Really? That's pretty cool. Yeah, you gotta no-clip it. Wow. That's rad. That makes sense. Like, potatoes are a very hardy thing. They can grow in many places. Oh, I can just spawn avatars. Look at that. Alright, okay, so that part. Come in like that, I think. Right? Yeah. Cool. I think that's how Dodogama works. Is this a space gremlin? Is Dodogama in space a space gremlin? Because Dodogama is, like, comparatively, Dodogama is on the smaller side for a monster, especially in the area of the game that it's encountered. What? No? Why? Why not? Oh, okay. Well, you still haven't sketched out what your gremlin looks like, so I can't know that. You have to show me. I need a reference sheet. Hell yeah, Dodogama. The boy is in space. Alright. Okay, villain. Get comfy. So we've been going for almost 4 hours now. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get a peanut butter sandwich. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you everybody who stopped by. Thank you everybody who followed. Thank you for the raid from Lysergic. Thank you for all of the subs and all of the bits. I appreciate it. I'll be back on Monday for Monster Hunter. In the meantime, we're gonna go and raid Vectroid. Because Vectroid is making music right now. And Vectroid streams are an experience. If you're not familiar with Vectroid, Vectroid is the creator of Macintosh Plus, the very foundational Vaporwave project that basically kicked off the trend. So we're gonna go ahead and raid her, and in the meantime, I appreciate all of you for stopping by, whether you lurked or chatted. I enjoy the company, and I hope everybody has a good rest of their night and a good weekend. And if I don't see you on Monday, then I hope to see you on Thursday, and if I don't see you then maybe I'll see you around on Twitter or on Discord, and if not, then I hope that you have a good time whatever you're doing. Here is the Discord if you want to come hang out. It's pretty chill. We talk about a lot of stuff, we make jokes, we watch movies. It's a good time. And so now we're gonna start this raid. And again, everybody have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for the follows, the subs, the raids, the bits. I appreciate it. And I will see you around. So let's get going.